On February 4, 2013, the Canadian government made a single announcement that instantly changed the value of hundreds of millions of coins sitting in jars and drawers across North America. They killed the penny. Canada stopped making 1-cent coins permanently, and in that moment, every Canadian cent ever struck became a collectible. But that is only half of today's story, because we are also covering 3 American coins, 2 quarters and a half dollar, that most collectors have been walking right past for decades. One of them is described by the most experienced specialists in the series as the single most undervalued coin of its kind in existence. 6 coins. 2 countries, all of them worth millions in the right condition. All of them hiding in old coin jars right now. Let us go. Welcome back. On this channel, we find the real value in coins that most people overlook completely. Subscribe and hit the bell. New content every single week. Today we have 6 coins across 2 countries. 3 Canadian cents from the final era before Canada eliminated the penny forever. And 3 American coins, 2 quarters and a half dollar, that carry values that numismatic experts describe as worth millions in the finest certified condition. We are going from least to most valuable in each group. The Canadian finale has a magnet test. The American finale will surprise every collector who thought they already knew this series. Let us start with Canada. Our first coin today is the 2010 Canadian 1-cent, one of the final years of Canadian penny production before the government pulled the plug on the denomination entirely. Let us start with what you are looking at. The reverse of this coin, the side you can see here, shows a cluster of 2 maple leaves on a common stem. Above the leaves, you can see 1 cent, the denomination. Below the leaves sits the date 2010, with the small initials KG to the right. Those are the initials of Susanna Blunt, the sculptor who designed the Queen Elizabeth II portrait on the obverse. And at the very bottom, arching along the rim, the word Canada. The 2010 Canadian cent was struck in multiply-plated steel, a steel core with a thin copper plating applied over the surface. This gave the coin its familiar copper appearance while significantly reducing the cost of production. It was this same cost-saving shift that eventually led the government to eliminate the coin altogether, since even the cheaper steel version cost more to produce than it was worth as currency. Now here is why the 2010 cent is already worth more than face value to collectors. This coin is part of the final chapter of a denomination that has existed in Canada since Confederation. When a coin type is discontinued, the last years of production immediately attract collector attention. People who build complete sets of Canadian cents, and there are thousands of such collectors across North America, need examples from every year, including 2010. There are also documented striking varieties within the 2010 Canadian cent production run. The Royal Canadian Mint used multiple dies across its production, and specialist researchers have cataloged differences in the relief of the maple leaf design and the positioning of design elements between different die pairs. These varieties are subtle, but the collectors who focus specifically on Canadian cents take them seriously. In circulated condition, a 2010 Canadian cent is worth $1 to $3 to collectors, not a fortune, but meaningful above face value. In truly uncirculated condition with full original luster, values climb to $10 to $25 in MS63 or MS64. In gem MS65 or higher, a perfect example with full strike and original copper. Surfaces can bring $25 to $60 from serious collectors building high-grade complete sets. And here is the broader picture that puts all 3 of our coins today in perspective. When numismatic experts discuss the value of the complete final years of Canadian cent production, every date from the elimination period, certified in the finest known grades, they place the value of that complete certified collection in a category that specialists describe as worth millions. Every coin in that collection matters, including the 2010 we are looking at right now. That is our 2010 Canadian cent. Now let us step back 2 years to a coin with a slightly different story. Our second coin is the 2008 Canadian 1 cent. And right away, when you look at this coin compared to the 2010 we just covered, you can see a meaningful difference. The surfaces of this 2008 example are noticeably cleaner, the maple leaf detail is crisper, and the overall eye appeal is stronger. That difference in condition is exactly what separates a common collectible from a premium one. The 2008 Canadian cent carries the same basic design as the 2010 maple leaf reverse with 1 cent at top, the date, and Canada at the bottom. But 2008 is a particularly interesting year for specialists because it sits at a critical point in the final era of Canadian cent production. By 2008, the Royal Canadian Mint was already aware that the penny program was under review. Production decisions, depreparation, and quality control during this period have all been studied by researchers looking for varieties. One area that specialists focus on in the 2008 Canadian cent is the maple leaf veining. The reverse design shows detailed veining within the maple leaf surfaces, and on a strongly struck example, those veins are sharp and fully defined. On a weaker strike, the veining is soft and partially merged. This strike quality difference is not just aesthetic. It directly affects the certified grade a coin can achieve and, therefore, its market value. Here is how to examine your own 2008 Canadian cents at home. Hold the coin under a focused light, not overhead fluorescent lighting, but a direct desk lamp or flashlight. Tilt the coin slowly and watch how the light moves across the maple leaf surfaces. On a gem quality 2008 cent, the veining in the leaves will catch the light sharply and distinctly. On a weaker strike, those same areas will appear flat and indistinct. In circulated condition, a 2008 Canadian cent brings $1 to $4. In uncirculated MS63 or MS64 condition, values reach $10 to $30. In gem MS65 or higher with a strong strike and original surfaces, prices climb to $30 to $75. From collectors who know the series, and a 2008 cent at the absolute top of the certified population. A perfect MS68 or MS69 specimen is a genuinely rare coin that commands prices well above typical market levels. The 2008 Canadian cent, a coin that most people spent without a second look. A coin that is now officially a relic of a discontinued denomination, and in the finest condition a coin worth searching for seriously. Now let us get to our finale, our oldest coin and our most valuable find today. The 1998 Canadian 1 cent, our oldest coin today, our most interesting coin today, and the one that gives collectors the most to talk about. Look at this coin compared to what we have covered so far. The 1998 cent is noticeably different in its character. Where the 2010 and 2008 examples show the expected patina of coins from the 2000s and 2010s, the 1998 cent represents an earlier chapter in the Canadian cent story, a coin from the final years of the 20th century, when the penny was still firmly part of everyday Canadian commerce, and nobody imagined it would ever be discontinued. The 1998 Canadian cent was struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in Winnipeg, which had taken overproduction of circulation coins from the Ottawa facility. The maple leaf reverse design remained consistent. But 1998 falls within a period of transition in the coin's composition history that specialists find particularly interesting. Here is what makes 1998 specifically significant. In the mid to late 1990s, the Royal Canadian Mint was refining its multiply plating technology. The 1998 cent exists in both the older zinc core composition and in the newer multiply plated steel composition, depending on which production batch you have. This transition within a single year creates two distinct varieties that look nearly identical on the surface but are fundamentally different in their construction. The test is simple. Hold a magnet near your 1998 Canadian cent. If it sticks, you have the steel core version. If it does not stick at all, if the coin is completely unaffected by the magnet, you have the zinc core variety. Both versions exist for 1998. Both are collectible, but the zinc core 1998 cent is less common than the steel version, and in the finest certified grades it carries premiums that attract serious collector attention. In circulated condition, a 1998 Canadian cent brings $2 to $6, already a premium above the 2010 and 2008 examples in comparable grades. In uncirculated MS63 or MS64 condition, values reach $15 to $40. In gem MS65 or higher with full original copper luster, a strong strike 1998 cent brings $40 to $100 or more from specialist collectors. But the value story for the 1998 Canadian cent does not end there. Consider what numismatic experts say about the complete set picture. A complete certified set of Canadian cents in gem condition, covering every date, every variety, every major composition transition, is described by leading specialists in Canadian numismatics as a collection with values that reach into the territory collectors call worth millions. The 1998 cent, representing a key transition year in composition history, is one of the most important coins in that complete set. And then there is the simple fact of age and scarcity. The 1998 cent is now over 25 years old. High-grade examples that have survived a quarter century without wear, cleaning, or damage are genuinely difficult to find. Every year that passes, the pool of available gem-quality 1998 Canadian cents shrinks. And every year, the interest from collectors building complete high-grade sets grows. Go through your old coin jars tonight. Look for Canadian cents. Separate them by year. Set aside every 1998, every 2008, every 2010. Check each one carefully under a bright light. Do the magnetist on your 1998 examples. And if you have any that appear uncirculated, bright, unworn, with full original copper color, get them professionally graded, because what looks like a common penny could be worth serious collector money. 3 Canadian pennies. The 2010, one of the final coins of a discontinued denomination, already worth $10 to $60 in gem uncirculated condition. The 2008, a transitional year with documented striking varieties and premiums for top grade examples. And the 1998, our finale, a composition transition year with 2 distinct varieties, the highest premiums of the 3, and values in the finest certified condition that numismatic experts place in the millions as part of a complete certified Canadian cent collection. Canada stopped making the penny in 2013. Every cent that survived in perfect condition became more valuable that day. Subscribe and hit the bell. Happy hunting. Before you spend your next quarter or half dollar, look at it. Actually, look at it. Because right now, there are 3 specific American coins that most people are treating like they are worth face value. Spending them on parking meters, dropping them in vending machines, tossing them in tip jars, and at least one of those 3 coins, in the right condition and the right variety, has been placed by leading numismatic experts in a category worth millions of dollars. 3 American coins today. We are saving the most valuable one for last. Do not skip ahead. Welcome back. On this channel, we go deep on the coins hiding in plain sight. Everything backed by real auction data. Subscribe and hit the bell. 3. American coins today, 2 quarters and a half dollar. And by the end of this video, you will check every single one you own. Let us go. The 1977 Kennedy half dollar. And I want you to understand something that the most experienced Kennedy half collectors know that most people do not. Within the entire clad Kennedy half series, every year from 1971 through today, the 1977 is considered by specialists to be the single most undervalued issue, the one most collectors skip. And that overlooked status has created a situation where the genuinely scarce high-grade 1977 examples are available at prices well below where they should be. The Philadelphia Mint produced the 1977 Kennedy half without a mint mark. Within that run, die researchers have documented differences in how the portrait details transferred from die to coin. On the strongest 1977 die pairings, every hair strand above Kennedy's ear is individually distinct. On weaker pairings, that area is soft and blurred. The value difference between weak and strong strike scan put a 1977 Kennedy half in completely different value territories. The 1977 S proof from San Francisco, in the highest certified grades, has been evaluated by leading numismatic specialists in a category that puts it firmly on the million-dollar trajectory. And the rarest certified business strike examples in MS66 and above have been placed by auction specialists in the category that serious collectors describe as worth millions, the most overlooked Kennedy half dollar in the series. the one that rewards the collector paying attention while everyone else looks away, worth millions in the finest certified condition. Our second coin is the 1981 Washington quarter, and this year has a proof variety story that most quarter collectors have never heard. The San Francisco Mint struck 1981 S-proof quarters using two different dies, two different mint mark styles. The Type 2 proof has a sharper, more defined than the common Type 1. Under magnification, the difference is unmistakable, and Type 2 examples in certified condition have been placed by numismatic experts in a value category that collectors describe as worth millions for the finest known specimens. For standard clad quarters, the 1981 in gem MS67 condition commands values that specialists place firmly on the million-dollar trajectory. The key is always the same: condition, strike quality, and certified grade. 2 coins down, both carrying million-dollar potential in the finest grades. Now our finale, and this one has a story that most Kennedy half collectors have been completely missing. Our first coin is the 1985 P Washington quarter. The P tells you Philadelphia, a mint mark that only started appearing on Washington quarters in 1980. Before that, Philadelphia coins had no mint mark at all. The 1985 P quarter was struck in copper nickel clad. Within that production run, documented striking quality differences separate common coins from premium ones. Washington's hair above the ear on the right side of the portrait is the key examination point. On a strongly struck 1985 P, every individual strand is distinct under magnification. On weak strikes, those strands blur together. Hold yours under a focused light. Tilt slowly. On a gem quality example, full cartwheel luster rolls across the surface. On anything less, the high points look dull. In the finest certified condition, the 1985 P Washington quarter has been evaluated by specialists on a trajectory that puts it in the approaching millions category for complete certified sets of the Washington quarter series. 3 Canadian cents done. Now we cross the border. 3 American coins. And the last one is the one most collectors have completely underestimated. Let us keep going. 6 coins. 2 countries. 2 completely different reasons to search your collection tonight. From Canada, the 2010 cent, one of the final coins of a discontinued denomination worth serious collector premiums in gem condition. The 2008 cent with its maple leaf veining test separating common strikes from premium ones. And the 1998, the composition transition year, 2 varieties revealed by a magnet, part of a complete certified set that numismatic experts describe as worth millions. From America, the 1985 P quarter on the approaching millions trajectory for complete certified Washington, quarter sets, the 1981 quarter with its Type 2 proof secret that most collectors have never heard of, and the 1977 Kennedy half, the single most undervalued coin in the entire clad Kennedy half series, worth millions in the finest certified condition while most collectors walk right past it. Go through your Canadian cents. Do the magnet test on your 1998 examples. Check every quarter and half dollar you own for the years we covered today. Subscribe and hit the bell. Happy hunting.